Gotowhitney.com.
So talk to us, first of all, about having your art here at the Wentworth Gallery in Atlantic City.
Wow, how exciting to see it up on the walls. You know, it's fascinating to see your works as pieces of you kind of up on the wall. These are physical, visual representations of my music and how I go through life and so forth. So it's very meaningful. Each one of these things are my babies, and I'm very proud of them, and it's really nice to see them all together. I've never seen these kind of things where they all are in one collection. You know, I have so many of them that I can't see them all. Like a family.
So when you walked in, you were like, wow, this is all my work.
Well, it was a wow, but it was very calming. I felt really relaxed, and it was realized. Now I can share it with other people.
Yes.
So that's the most important thing in all this. It's not about anything else but sharing with other people the process that I go through and the joy that you get from these things.
Yeah.
When they are in your house, they should bring you happiness, joy, and all these, all the things that beauty brings.
I love that. And I know you were saying that this is like a representation of your music and of your life too. Are these like the percussion, the drum tops? What is your inspiration for all the circles?
Okay, well, I paint on canvas, on plexiglass, on wood, and the process really, they call it a vibrational expressionism. What I do is I actually vibrate them all, each one of them into life. I use vibrations underneath them in order for the paints to come up and do the things that they do, because it's really a lot of it is about the language of the paints themselves, and then how they move. This is flowing, it's no brushes, and it's a very rhythmic kind of river flowing ocean, no ends, no beginnings, and tells stories. You see mountains, you see animals, you see creatures, you see all these images in it once you concentrate on it and go into it. So that's what these things are. They're kind of mandalas in a way.
I love that, and I can't help but notice that they kind of look like the planets, and I know that you're really into space and the planets and everything. Does that have something to do with your inspiration?
Well, of course, the cosmos is where we were born, and I've studied that's our story from 13.8 billion years ago till now, and it's all vibratory, and that's why these things are important. I work on drum heads, congas, snare drums, tom drum, all kinds of instruments that were used in the Grateful Dead or in Planet Drum. And that's another medium. And I paint in oils, and I paint in acrylic, and I paint in what they call gouache, which is gum arabic-based paint. Not used much in the 19th century.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you find out about that?
Well, it was by accident. I picked up a little kit walking out of the store shopping for my daughter, and it was a little gouache kit. And it's rare. So that was how I started. And I started with gouache, and it just was so amazing. The paint just sucked me in. And next thing I know, I was painting in oils and acrylic and doing this kind of painting.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's how it happened. It was happenstance. It was chance, and it was a wonderful coincidence of chance and luck.
I love that.
Yeah,
I think that's
good luck.
So cool. Well, speaking of luck, we are in Atlantic City right now. What do you love about being in Atlantic City? What are some of your favorite memories?
Atlantic City, well, of course, the ocean and playing here. We always played great, and we enjoyed the ocean here. So, it's one of our places that it's like a power spot for us. And we know when we come here, collectively we feel good. And if you feel good collectively, you play good. You get into the groove. That's what all these things are. They're all about the groove and the rhythm of things, So this place has been very good for our playing, and I enjoy it very much.
So cool. Speaking of the groove and everything, you've been a musician and an artist for decades. Who do you look up to now? Who do you think, well, not that much, but, who do you look up to now? Like
hundreds of, thousands of years. I don't know how old,
But who do you look up to now? Who do you think is really great in the music industry right now? Because it has changed so much over the years.
Well, Kendrick Lamar is doing great work, and there are people on the edge all over the place, and you know, a lot of great music is made by people you don't even know, you've never even heard before. So I listen to these mixtapes of, I don't even know what's on them, who made them, but electronica is really happening. So yeah, music will never die, and so that's how music keeps going on and involving you in life. That's what music does. Yeah, so it's a great process to see how one music sheds its skin, so to speak, and another appears, and a new incarnation or a combination of things that came before you. And so that's what we're experiencing now. Slowly, we're morphing into a new a rhythmic universe in music.
I love it. I think it's so cool.
Right.
Do you have any fun hidden talents or something people don't know about you that would be really cool to know?
All the things I do is sonic, and I work with brainwave function, and that's on how music and vibrations affect the brain. I do that, and I work into the cosmos and so forth, sonifying the epic events. Now I'm working in the natural world, the plants, and I'm sonifying the photosynthesis process, whereas I change the form of photosynthesis into sound, and then I can play with the plant. I can play the plant.
What?
Yeah, so now I'm working. I was working in radiation from the radio telescopes for years, and now I've gone down to redwood trees, seeing their genome and being able to take that data set and turn that into music. So I can play the rings of a 1,000-year-old redwood tree now, and things like that. So I'm going into the natural world and exploring the rhythm of leaves and the rhythm of nature. So that's that's if you call that special talent.
I love it. I mean, that's cool. And you could even see it. I mean, I think even just that reflects in who you are and the work that you have here, which is cool too. Who influenced you when you were younger in terms of art and literature?
Well, Picasso, of course, that was the big deal. And I never really read a book in high school, really, and I can remember. It started when I started writing my books in 1978, and I started serious research for Drumming at the Edge, Planetrum, Spirit into Sound, and Songcatchers in Search of the World's Music. I wrote 4 books. So that's when I got into scholarly text. I didn't even graduate high school, but I found a book by Natalie Goldberg, it was called Writing Down the Bones, and it told how you could write. So I had all this information in my head, and I read this little book by Natalie Goldberg, and she taught me how to express myself and find my voice when I wrote. It took me to write down the bones, as it were. So yeah, I look up to that. Look at the Gandhi. I look up all the great men. I look at the Pythagoras, the father of the science of music. My main man, Pythagoras. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, this is great. It's very enlightening for me.
Oh, no. Pythagoras, I might add, Pythagoras and Plato and all those people, they smoked cannabis.
Okay.
Yeah, for their visions. And I didn't know that, and I started studying the photosynthesis of cannabis and so forth. So Pythagoras plays large in my world.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you could trade places with a celebrity for a day, who would it be and why?
A celebrity for today? Yeah. It would be Pythagoras, because he figured out the whole workings of the entire universe just on one string. He discovered the octave, the fifth, the seventh. He was the father of the science of music. So he would be my main dinner guest. If I had one dinner to have, it would be Pythagoras.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell your fans about you, where they can find more information, and what other projects you have going on right now?
Well, there's a lot of them, but the idea in life and in this and everything you do is finding your own rhythm. And that's what this is really all about. I'm trying to find my own rhythm right now, here, in this moment. Music does that, takes you into the now, This takes you into the moment. So that's it. It's the discovery of who you are, who you want to be, and how you go through life, and why, just why you are. And how can you make a better world? Always, all these things are about that. It's about raising consciousness. And so if you raise people's consciousness through art, and that's what art's all about, then things get better. Republicans talk to Democrats. Democrats, they listen to music together. You know, they don't agree, but music could bring people together. I mean, if the Senate was playing drums at a big drum circle in the House, and they get to know each other and things like that, you know, a little ritual between, and then perhaps it would be a better world. So who knows? Someday you'll be able to see the Senate and the House playing drums together.
Maybe you'll be the one to make that happen. We got to make it happen.
Absolutely. I would feel, I would feel out if I didn't do that, of course.
Yeah.
It's in the future.
Well, Mickey, thank you so much.
This is called a psychopomp. These are guides of the soul to the other side. As they call, that's what they're called. And so this is a beautiful gouache painting. It's and you'll see the different dimensions that this fellow is coming from, and that signifies another dimension. So he comes from another dimension, comes into the living to help do a good deed or boon, and guide the soul to the other side. So that's what psychopomps are about. So these things are flowing. They're full of rhythm. They're liquid. So you can follow all the details. These little details in there. That's all created by vibration, vibrating the canvas after it's been poured. And so you have to do certain things to get that kind of detail out of it. And, there's the water, perhaps, and there's the clouds, maybe, and it just all flows into something.
Yeah.
And so it tells a story. It's a storyboard, and that's really fun.
Yeah.
You can go forever. Once you start focusing on it, creatures appear, things, other things than at first look. So that's why they have many depths, the multiple levels.
So cool, and you can kind of see what you're saying with the vibration. You can kind of see how it flowed off and down and everything.
Oh yeah, it's quite a process. It's you know what you're doing, and then all of a sudden you have to let go and jam. This is a jam. Any good jam, you have to know what you're doing before you can let go. And music, same way. And it makes a jam much better when you have facility and you have craft. And so that's what this is about. And then letting it have its own head, and then knowing when to stop, which is always important, as in life. So,
yeah, because I would keep adding colors, and I would just not know.
Yeah.
Like my nails. See, I can't say no to the bling. It just happens.
Absolutely. And that's the biggie. Once you get to this point, when you can actually realize this, then stopping is your greatest ally, because it's endless.
Wow. Yeah. Super cool. Well, Mickey, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.